Hi and welcome, it's Adam from Better Proposals here, and today I'm with Cheryl Laidlaw from the Reyl Design Group. She runs a web design agency and has come up with a really cool and creative way of delivering websites to clients. So, welcome Cheryl.
Thank you for having me.
So I wonder if you could just sort of give a little bit of background as to sort of, what you do, how you do things, and just get us up to speed.
Okay, so I specialise in making people's brands stand out often online. So I do web design, graphic design, and social media training, management, strategy, that kind of thing. I put together something about a year ago called Website in a Day, which is a website in a day.
Amazing. So how do you go about doing that? Because I ran a web design agency for 7 or 8 years and I never did anything in a day, never mind an entire website for a client. So I'm kind of amazed when you told me that you did this. It's sort of quite shocking really how you can actually sort of pull it off. So how does that go about? Like, how do you manage to do it?
It's all in the planning.
Right.
So I make sure we have all the design concepts before the day. I make sure I have hosting, cPanels, which is all the coding stuff behind the scenes, the stuff that makes people's mind explode, and have it all set up so that we can sit down on a day and literally build the pages and hit live at 5 p.m.
Amazing. So I think what's really cool about this, and the bit that actually, like you say, the bit that makes it really work, is the fact that you're actually getting all the content out of the client in advance. Now, we've got a lot of sort of service businesses and a lot of sort of creative industries and things like that. And I think one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have is that exact thing. It's getting the content out of people in advance. So how do you do that? Because I know that whenever I did it and whenever I speak to other people, they say that they ask for the content and then they're waiting weeks for it, months for it. How does it all click together and work?
So again, down to the whole planning, I say that they can be, I give them a list of dates so they can work with me, but then they have to have their content and images a week before.
Right.
So in order for them to keep the dates, they have to give me the content and the images.
Gotcha.
So if they find content writing quite difficult, I have copywriters, and same for imagery. I have lots of photographers that I can recommend, and then of course there's stock libraries.
So basically there's absolutely no excuses for them.
Absolutely. Normally the people that I attract, they're normally go-getters anyway.
Right.
And they love the concept, and then they've just got this burst of energy, and then the whole day is just amazing, and it's really inspiring, it's a real achievement.
I think that's the thing. There's a excitement level that, I mean, if you look at some projects, they can take months. I mean, before you did this,
months.
They can take forever, can't they? And you end up with this never-ending sort of cycle, just waiting for a project to end, waiting for somebody to sign it off. They just never do it. So I think that's really amazing. And I think if there's anything that anybody can take away from this, it's the idea, not doing the whole thing in a day, but just focusing on that idea of either booking a date in of some sort. It doesn't have to be do it all in a day, but just trying to pin down that one point and getting all the content out or getting it off them.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be up to, I say, 5 to 8 pages, just so that otherwise I'll be there all day until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and I'm sure that some of them would keep me there till that time as well. So I have to do a cut-off, and again, till 5:30, press the live date. And if they want to add pages, because I do the training also in the day, they can add pages later and we can still go live.
That's really cool. So tell me a little bit about, sort of switching gears a little bit, tell me a little bit about sort of social media, because there's a lot of people out there that do social media training. Seemingly anybody that's figured out how to write a post on Facebook is a social media trainer.
Yeah, there is that,
So what's your take on social media? Because everyone seems to have a different sort of approach to the whole thing and things like that. Some people outsource the whole thing, some people don't. I mean, how do you go about it?
I think it's all, I feel that it's all in the engagement. So actually, you can post and you can schedule out bits and pieces to go on Facebook and Twitter, but as long as you are interacting with people and making yourself look like a real person. So I love doing visuals, taking photographs where I'm going, telling people what meetings I'm off to, just being real.
I think that's something that's really missing in a lot of I mean, you see these auto follows, and just
Yeah,
everything
it's disappointing.
I know.
I know.
Everything's automatic these days, and I think the idea of having something that's really you and a real person.
Yeah,
really
even if it's
stands
not
out.
as irregular as you'd like it to be. People say, oh, I don't know what to tweet, I don't know what to say. And that's really common. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Well, do you know what? And also they're worried that what other people are going to think of them. Just be you. And if you don't feel comfortable taking selfies, don't do selfies. And if you want to take pictures of the scenery and where you are, then go and do that. And or I just tell them about where I'm meeting, who I'm meeting, the great people that I'm meeting, then I promote other people. And then in turn, they'll promote me back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's a really good
Give us
way to do
game.
it. So, focusing on the idea of being yourself, being real, being authentic, and not worrying too much about what
other people think.
other people think. I like it. So, cool. So, I mean, so you've done somebody's website, maybe helping them a little bit of social media. What do you think? I mean, I'm just sort of speaking from my own experience. When we would do sort of websites for people or whatever, they would often end up only considering the budget for their own website, and getting them to spend a little bit on social media and stuff that was never a thing when I was doing it. It was too early. But I suppose what I'm asking is, how do you go about getting them to actually spend more on their marketing with their budget? Like, is that?
I don't think you can get them to do anything. And again, the whole convincing thing, I don't believe in either. They've normally been in business around 5-6 years, and it normally comes to a time where it's like, I think it's time for me to market my business rather than just have a presence. So before, they would come to me with a presence. And I think the clients that I'm getting now are a bit more about, I want to be a brand. So when they change from I want to be a business to I want to be a brand, then that's when they start thinking about their marketing, their social media, and Facebook ads, and well, we can go on forever.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I think what's really cool about how you've done things is that you've got a really clear idea of who you're targeting, who you get on well with, who isn't going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
And if anybody sort of can take anything away from this, I think it's really just it's that you've hit sort of lightning in a bottle almost, and you've got everything in alignment with each other, which is really, really cool. And if I wanted what I want people to sort of get out of this is how well you've done that, and I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
Cool. So how can anybody watching this, if they do want to sort of turn their business into a brand and they do want to, redo a website, get a website live nice and quickly, how can people get hold of you?
Well, based in London, they can contact me on my website, reyl.co.uk.
Yep.
Or you can contact me on social media. Any means.
Cool. I'll stick the graphics all around here. So, brilliant. Cool. Thank you so much for doing
You're
this.
very welcome.
Cool. Thank you.